I'm Mike Treon, VP of Platform Strategy with AOL, and I'm here at CES 2016 with the ARF.
How do you find yourself here at CES 2016?
2016 will be my 10th year at AOL, and all of it my professional.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It's a lifetime, seems sometimes in this industry, but it's been good. It's been a really good fit for what I didn't know I wanted to do, getting into this field, and my college career, I feel, prepared me well, but it was really by happenstance that I found AOL and I found the job with, at that time it was advertising.com, and it was what I thought I wanted coming out of school was a startup environment.
Yeah.
And Baltimore was a kind of a hip town for that, and an environment. It's been a really good mix for me of kind of business and technology, and I think that's the trend that AOL has been on, and really the space has been on. It's kind of aligned to what I feel my own personal strengths are. And as programmatic got bigger and bigger, and the technology became such a bigger piece of it, I found a place kind of riding along with that. So I mean, I love meeting with customers and working with our sales team and hearing what they want to do and trying to translate what the technology can do, or better yet now, trying to think of what we should do.
So you're kind of talking art and science. Like, how do you apportion those out?
It's a balance of that, and every meeting or every client's going to be different, and I feel like you have some days that are so technical, and it really involves in 2 or 3 weeks, and we're in product planning and strategies in this, and then going back out and talking to a customer is like, oh, that's what they want, and it becomes simpler and designing around that. So it's that balance of what works and kind of what is a little bit of magic almost is sometimes what's between the art and the science of things.
Yeah.
And
what's your point of view about the creative? Do you think the creative should be the same across all the platforms, or do you think that it should vary be customized?
Yeah, no, I think it is. I mean, I think there's a lot to be said for dynamic creative and being able to render it for that user, but I still think we're rendering off a base of data that's, oh yeah, you read an article about autos. Am I really in market for that car? Are we really rendering it with the smartest data? I hesitate to think, but yeah, I mean, I think we definitely have a creative problem.
It's a measurement challenge too.
Yeah.
We're still probably stuck a little bit on last click
Yep.
attribution.
Yeah. And that's a huge thing, right? And I mean, you certainly can't tell what I saw on this device is this versus this device and my television and how much influence was there. But yeah, I mean, I think as the data gets better,
some of the devices are shared across family members.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I mean, creative that's going to be ever evolving, right?
Yeah.
And I think this industry probably owes it a lot more to consumers to figure out a better way to engage. And again, I think if we get the better data and getting relevant things in front of consumers that are valuable and that are content rich and driven, I'm going to have a brand experience through a creative that it changes the relationship and how people view what the advertising can do. And I think that's when stuff starts to unlock around what's really possible there. But yeah, I think we're still in very much early stages in some of those things. Yeah.
Have you had failure or disappointments along the way? And how have you dealt with that? And what advice would you give, folks on how to deal with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the beauty of this industry is it's a really short life cycle, and for a long time it's very involved in the the sales cycle and with clients, and we're in a lot of big pitches and things where you lose out on that or things change, and certainly I'd be remiss to say that 10 years at AOL have not been without tragedy and up and down and many different company names and things that we spent a lot of time on that never came to fruition. But I think it's almost like the stock market sometimes is you're going to have some really big short-term losses, but over time everything's moving up, right? And I think part of it for me is dealing with some of those small failures has been level setting it to.
How do you do that? Is it mentors? Is it a good boss?
Yeah. No, I mean, a
happy life outside of work.
I've been there 10 years, but my boss has been with AOL for almost 16, right?
Okay.
And started at .com, and there's and
you've had the same boss?
For a good while, for a good while, and but that we have a group of individuals who have been around, who have stuck through it, and have really formed a lot of the strategy behind the programmatic aspect of AOL. And there were dark days where that wasn't a focus of what AOL was doing, you know,
Right.
and we fought for it, and that team is still there and working. So I feel, you know, as even when things are bad, I'm working with those guys, and that we have a lot on the horizon, and everything's getting better. And again, when I look back at all of AOL's done, it's like never been a better time at AOL.
So your biggest success this past year?
I mean, the 40 under 40 thing was
Yeah, right?
big. Yeah, I mean, I think that's.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That
I
is
mean,
big.
it was, you know, it's cool to be recognized and great to be recognized, and.
Well, what I love is that you really embrace it, because I have seen over the course of my career so many people, it's part of the advice that I give, that, oh, that award and that award. There's a certain point, and typically when someone is more your generation than my generation now, they're like, oh, this is just going to keep happening, right? There's this feeling that these awards, like you'll be 50 under 50, 60 under 60, like trust me, it's probably not right.
right. That's
70
it.
under
That's
70.
The best, right.
So I love that you have this like recognition of, yeah, no, it's a special moment in time. Okay, so let's close it off with a prediction.
In the ad space, I think it's about, all I keep hearing about is identity, and really that's, you know, the big thing is, you know, who is the consumer, and really getting out. And I think programmatic's been very tactical and nitty gritty in terms of cross-device and cross-platform and these things. And I think we're getting really close to starting to think about turning the point towards, you know, the more dream level of what programmatic can be. And that's like the omni-channel, and I know my customer wherever they go, and I'm getting that better vision. And I think we're having, you know, the steps are in place to start getting that way. And I think 2016 is going to be a big movement to that.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Michael
having me.
Treon,
Appreciate it.
Programmatic prodigy.
Yes.
Some really great advice for me and for our members. So
Well,
thank
I
you
appreciate
so
it.
much
Thank
for
you
the
very
time,
much.
and congratulations
Thank you very
on all
much.
your success.